Jordan B. Peterson, Beyond Order, 12 More Rules for Life. Step into Beyond Order, 12 More Rules for Life and journey with the insightful mind of Jordan B. Peterson, as he unveils the importance of social institutions in an individual's success. Delve into the power of imagination and the transformative potential it holds, and learn to strike a balance between responsibility, meaning, and creating a life you desire. This book summary will also guide you through facing small irritations, holding onto your boundaries, and nurturing intimate relationships. With an emphasis on personal responsibility, inspiring action, and crafting a better life, Beyond Order will help you navigate through the complexities and possibilities of your journey.
Social institutions, the key to success. Social institutions, rather than just internal psychological forces, play a crucial role in shaping an individual's success. They help in navigating complex choices by providing a framework within which one can learn and understand how the world works. Through these structures, we grow and acquire skills, knowledge, and experiences that enable us to excel in society. Throughout history, psychologists like Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung have been fascinated by the human mind, focusing on the interactions between the ego, and superego. However, this approach has its limitations, as it overlooks the impact of external factors on an individual's mental state. These factors, such as social status, education, and economic conditions, play a significant role in shaping our thoughts, actions, and overall well-being. People are inherently social beings, and the world we inhabit is complex and dynamic. Our interactions with this chaos are highly influenced by the societal frameworks in which we exist. These social institutions, such as family, schools, governments, and cultural norms, offer guidance on how to approach challenges, make decisions, and adopt acceptable behaviors. By relying on these external forces, we can simplify the complexities of life and identify the best courses of action. For instance, in order to obtain basic necessities, like food and shelter, we opt to integrate into established societal structures that dictate earning a living, rather than resorting to theft or self-built shelters. Social norms provide manageable paths to help us flourish within different environments. From the moment we are born, we begin to learn how to read these social cues and refine our understanding of the world around us. Throughout our lives, we acquire essential skills, values, problem-solving abilities, and adaptive behaviors. By immersing ourselves in the teachings of these social institutions, we not only benefit ourselves but also contribute positively to those around us. This understanding enables us to recognize when established norms may be insufficient and when it is necessary to challenge and break them for the greater good. As we commit to this learning process, we gradually elevate our standing in the social hierarchy, developing relationships, acquiring wealth, and achieving distinction in our chosen fields. By recognizing and applicating the role of social institutions in shaping our lives, we can better understand our own capacities and maximize our potential for success. Transforming life's materia prima. Just as alchemists believed in transforming substances through the use of a primal element, you too can transform your life, filled with possibilities. Visualizing the person you want to be is the beginning. Embrace the human capacity for conscious thought and innovation to create new paths for yourself, even when it means overcoming challenges and chaos. Find a vision that drives you, confront the psychological hurdles that hinder your progress, and steadily work towards your goal. Ultimately, you'll become the hero of your own tale of transformation. In ancient times, before modern science, there was an esoteric practice known as alchemy. Alchemists thought that they could transform one substance into another by using complex recipes and a primal element called the materia prima. This mystical building block was believed to be capable of transforming into anything, from lead to gold, or even life itself. This notion might seem far-fetched, but there's a fundamental truth in the alchemist's beliefs. Your life is like a materia prima, filled with endless possibilities. By having a clear vision and taking dedicated actions, you can mold yourself into anything you desire. Unlike the animal kingdom, which remains relatively unchanged across generations, humans possess the capacity for conscious thought, allowing us to create innovative and unique paths. We can adapt to the changing world around us or even reimagine new ways of living. However, this transformation is not an easy feat. Creating something new often involves confronting danger, adversity, and chaos to establish order. This powerful dynamic is reminiscent of the ancient Mesopotamian myth of Marduk. In the story, deities are engulfed in a brutal civil war, causing disorder in the world. Marduk, a talented god, envisions a better future and overcomes the violence, creating a new hierarchy of gods and paving the way for human existence. You too can produce something extraordinary with your life by following a few key steps. First, discover a vision that captivates and motivates you, be it a goal, artistic creation, or a scientific inquiry. Next, tackle the internal chaos and psychological barriers that inhibit your progress, such as fear of failure, lack of self-discipline, or attraction to vices. Maintain focus on your objective and gradually learn to control these setbacks. In time, you will conquer the challenges, transform your life, and emerge as the hero of your own remarkable narrative. By harnessing the power of the human mind and spirit, you can indeed turn your life's materia prima into something truly extraordinary. Address small irritations early. Dell, a man known for his calm demeanor, had an uncharacteristic outburst after enduring small china plates for 20 years. This example serves as a vital life lesson: address and confront small irritations early, instead of allowing them to build up and potentially escalate. Ignoring persistent problems might be easier in the short term, but facing them head-on can save us from greater chaos down the road. Dell Roberts, a man typically admired for his quiet composure and unwavering kindness, had a rare outburst that teaches us an essential lesson about confronting life's small irritations head-on. Dell had been eating his homemade sandwiches off tiny china plates every day for 20 years. One day, he finally burst in frustration, bellowing his displeasure with the small dishware. Although an odd and comical moment, it brings to light a crucial truth: unchecked minor annoyances can inevitably evolve into much larger issues. There's no doubt that you'll come across numerous small frustrations, injustices, and inconveniences as you journey through life. Ignoring or brushing aside these minor annoyances may initially seem wise, but a recurring issue could develop into a severe problem if left unaddressed. It's crucial to face these persistent irritations early on, even if it provokes a temporary conflict. Consider one of Peterson's clients who felt unhappy and dissatisfied in her marriage. Through numerous therapy sessions, it was revealed her unease was due to her husband's obsessions with collecting pop art. As their home filled with items she loathed, she remained silent instead of addressing the changing environment. Eventually, it was too late to resolve the issue when she finally decided to confront him. Their arguments led to divorce. While the couple's problem may seem trivial, you likely have similar hidden issues in your life. From relationship troubles to harbored negative emotions, challenging them head-on might be temporarily painful, but ultimately less chaotic. Instead of waiting for an inevitable emotional outburst, take a proactive approach. Be acutely aware of your emotions and identify elements in life that feel off. Actively address those concerns as they arise. By taking this approach, you're sparing yourself, and possibly those around you, from future emotional turmoil. So, rather than allowing small problems to accumulate into massive, unmanageable ones, learn from Dell's experience and confront irritations early on. Embracing responsibility and meaning. Peter Pan, with his carefree existence in a fantastical world, and Captain Hook, filled with fear and authority, represent opposite ends of life's spectrum. While Pan's life might seem more appealing, becoming an adult by striking a balance between the two is the key to a meaningful life. Embracing responsibilities is linked to self-care, personal development, and cultivating an impact in your community, ultimately leading to a fulfilled and purposeful life. In the realm of cherished children's characters, Peter Pan reigns supreme. He lives in a thrilling, whimsical world, can fly, and most importantly, he's free from the burdens of responsibility. Pan's adversary, Captain Hook, embodies the exact opposite, a strict, fear-ridden adult constantly pursued by a prototypical representation of his own mortality. But striving to mimic Peter Pan's carefree existence is a futile endeavor. In real life, adults with a similar lack of responsibility often seem pitiful, while mimicking Hook's fearful demeanor is equally undesirable. Thus, finding a balance between the two is crucial. Growing up involves making choices that impact both your present and future selves. Being open to possibility and directionless at 20 years old might be acceptable, but at 40, it may come across as tragic. As you age, unlimited potential gradually shapes into a focused direction, and embracing responsibilities becomes the path to a more fulfilling life. Taking care of oneself is the most significant duty we must bear. Making the right choices for one's mental health and future can be challenging, but this discipline ultimately paves the way for a meaningful existence. For example, while giving in to the temptation of sleep has momentary satisfaction, waking up and investing time in hobbies or skill building provides long-lasting benefits. Accepting responsibilities, although uncomfortable at times, is vital in infusing meaning into one's life. Just as rules and structure make a game like chess enjoyable, accepting restrictions and responsibilities in life creates a sense of purpose. A life without these structured roles is akin to a game without rules, directionless and uninspiring. Therefore, don't fear taking up responsibilities. Look after yourself and the people around you. At work and in your community, seek out opportunities to contribute and fill necessary roles. While this additional accountability may appear daunting, the structure it brings inoculates a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment into your life. As you shoulder these responsible burdens, you'll uncover an existence packed with meaning and purpose. Stand true to yourself. In today's world, you may often find yourself in situations where you must compromise your beliefs or values to adapt to a system or a set of rules. However, altering your behavior to fit moral frameworks you despise can negatively impact your emotional well-being and create societal imbalance. Be prepared to challenge the ideals you disagree with, ensure you have resources for the fight, and embrace the possible consequences of your actions. But if need be, don't hesitate to walk away and find a new environment where your personal integrity is valued and aligned. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you're faced with rules that contradict your own values? Perhaps you work for a multinational company that, under the guise of cultural sensitivity, bans seemingly harmless words from the workplace. At first, you may struggle, but eventually, you must make a choice: either continue submitting to ideals you disagree with, or stand up for your beliefs. Remember the wise words from Shakespeare's Hamlet, "To thine own self be true." These words hold great importance now more than ever. It is undeniable that we face circumstances where we are forced to act against our conscience, but adhering to a belief system that doesn't reflect our values could lead to emotional distress and a distorted mindset. Moreover, when people succumb to collective self-censorship, this creates opportunities for the manipulative and corrupt to make unfair decisions for society. So how should you respond when someone demands conformity to something that goes against your principles? Be ready to confront the order bravely. Standing up for your beliefs will likely cause disruption, so make sure you are prepared with the right knowledge, resources, and determination to see it through. However, openly challenging such norms may not always be feasible in every situation, as it may lead to adverse social consequences. In such cases, walking away from the current scenario and focusing on your own responsibilities may be the wiser course of action. It may seem like a defeat at first, but in time you will find a place where your values are acknowledged and respected, culminating in a more positive outcome. Break free, ditch ideologies. The author expressed surprise when personal responsibility emerged as the most captivating topic in his speaking tour. People often get consumed by ideologies that blame outside forces for their misfortunes, instead of focusing on self-improvement. Overly simplistic ideologies tend to cause hostility and resentment, preventing individuals from becoming their best selves. It is essential to be wary of such ideologies and concentrate on embracing personal responsibility to live a fulfilling life. During the speaking tour following his book 12 Rules for Life, the author discovered that the most captivating topic for his audience was personal responsibility. Initially, this puzzled him, making him wonder why such a seemingly common idea resonated so profoundly with young people. He soon realized the reason: many individuals were used to blaming external factors for their problems, preventing them from challenging themselves and thriving. The crucial lesson here is to be cautious of all ideologies, particularly those with overly simplistic answers. When philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche claimed God is dead in the late 19th century, he was highlighting how modernism and the Enlightenment had weakened the core Judeo-Christian values that underpinned Western civilization. In the absence of traditional guidance, Nietzsche predicted that determined individuals would create new value systems or ideologies to fill the void. Unfortunately, numerous destructive ideologies emerged, often relying on vague abstractions to explain the world and offering naive or even violent solutions. For instance, Nazism perpetuated the belief that inherent racial differences infected society and suggested eradicating undesirable people, leading to the horrors of World War II. Many ideologies continue to exist today, some more harmful than others. Despite seemingly good intentions, they invariably oversimplify the world and blame problems on imprecise factors like class, sexism, or power imbalances. Adhering to these ideologies can lead to ressentiment, an envious and bitter resentment. Ressentiment is perilous because it stops people from becoming the best versions of themselves. It promotes animosity toward successful individuals, labeling their achievements as illegitimate or even oppressive to other success. This fosters a victim mentality, where individuals cling to bitterness instead of seeking self-improvement. To live a truly satisfying life, it is vital to cast aside these ideologies and embrace personal responsibility. Transforming pressure into diamonds. Embrace the pressure and commit wholeheartedly to a goal, and you'll be amazed at the positive outcomes it brings. Just like how intense heat and pressure can turn coal into a sparkling diamond, life's challenges and geologic activity can transform people into extraordinary versions of themselves. Recognize that our minds may sometimes resist hard work due to our deepest psychological impulses. However, by fully committing to a goal, we can harness our volatile emotions and channel them into productive actions. This concerted effort will set off a virtuous cycle of continuous self-improvement and immense satisfaction. When faced with adversity or intense pressure, we often struggle to find motivation and discipline. This difficulty in staying focused stems from deep psychological impulses, such as our desire for short-term satisfaction derived from the id. This part of our psyche contains our physical desires and uncontrolled emotions like fear and anger. And when these urges overpower our conscious mind, or ego, our motivation to pursue higher aspirations falters. Nevertheless, by making a steadfast commitment to a goal, we can master our chaotic impulses, ultimately initiating a cycle of self-improvement and reaping numerous rewards. Throughout his academic journey, Peterson observed this principle firsthand. As he and his classmates toiled during their PhD studies at McGill University, the challenges they faced only served to enhance their abilities. With discipline and determination, they honed their writing skills, social competencies, and mental agility, experiencing immense psychological gratification in the process. Peterson and his colleagues were able to transform the pressure and challenges they encountered into productive energy. By dedicating themselves to their goals, they channeled the aggression, fear, and anxiety within their IDs towards their work. No longer acting out haphazardly, they began striving towards a meaningful objective. So, embrace life's pressures and challenges, commit to a higher goal, and witness the rewarding transformation they bring, just like turning coal into an exquisite diamond. Embrace beauty for a richer life. Don't just tidy your surroundings, infuse them with beauty. Engaging with captivating visual arts can reawaken your appreciation for the world and expand your perceptions, inspiring you to create more pleasant spaces. The University of Toronto's faculty offices were once a dreary setting, cold, impersonal, and filled with harsh fluorescent lighting. It was a place one would hardly want to spend an hour, let alone a 30-year career. That's why when Peterson got the chance, he transformed his office into a warm, inviting space. Although his initial plan for wooden paneling was rejected, he persevered, painting the walls, hanging rich tapestries, and installing an elegant copper drop ceiling. His aesthetic risk paid off, impressing even the administration that had been apprehensive about decor changes in the first place. In 12 Rules for Life, Peterson emphasizes the importance of maintaining a clean and organized room. Tidiness is the first step towards bringing order to one's life. However, focusing solely on order neglects a crucial aspect: beauty. Aesthetic experiences, like engaging with visual arts, help cultivate a profound connection with our surroundings and foster self-reflection. Great works of art, regardless of whether the viewer has any formal training, can evoke intense emotions and inspire awe. For instance, people indulge in the masterpieces at famous art galleries, appreciating the beauty that connects with them on a deeper level. As we age, it's easy to lose touch with this sense of beauty and become numb to the world's wonders. Children, on the other hand, are effortlessly enchanted by the simplest sights. Reconnect with that youthful curiosity by immersing yourself in awe-inspiring art. Art is not just decorative, it can challenge and expand your worldview. Pioneering artists like Degas and Monet faced initial rejection from the prestigious Paris Salon, but their persistence gave birth to the Impressionist movement. Their innovative work exposed people to new forms of beauty, teaching them to see the world with different eyes. By embracing the presence of beauty in our lives and incorporating it into our personal spaces, we awaken our appreciation for our environment and enhance our well-being. Go beyond tidying up, make a conscientious effort to surround yourself with beautiful, meaningful art that speaks to you and nourishes your soul. Embrace painful memories. Your mind replays painful memories for a reason, to help you learn from them and avoid repeating past mistakes. Investigating and examining these memories, particularly from childhood, can lead to personal growth and a better understanding of your actions. Transferring those memories to paper will help you find a lesson to carry with you into the future. During the depths of the night, when the world is silent, you might find painful memories reappearing in your mind. These recollections could include times you hurt others, acted recklessly, or remember being betrayed or mistreated. While you might initially think your brain is tormenting you unnecessarily, there's a reason behind this process. Memories, particularly those that evoke distressing emotions, teach us valuable lessons and enable us to avoid repeating the same mistakes. The key to making the most of these memories is giving them close examination and learning from the experiences they represent. Going through past experiences, especially those we would rather avoid due to their painful nature, helps pinpoint previously overlooked opportunities for personal growth. By analyzing these memories, we can gain insights into our past deeds and use them as a basis for improvement. Childhood memories often hold profound insights. As children, we perceive the world through a simplistic lens. A child's understanding of a situation is limited to an elementary grasp of facts, devoid of the complexity and nuance we learn as adults. Confronting past experiences as an adult can lead to a new perspective, highlighting elements you may have missed or misinterpreted as a child. A patient of psychologist Jordan Peterson exemplifies this. She remembered being abused by another child during her childhood. When revisiting that memory as an adult, she discovered that her abuser was also a child and not entirely in control of their actions. This new understanding transformed her perspective and helped her find healing. Facing your painful memories head-on is crucial for personal growth. Compose a detailed account of these moments, from your current perspective, on paper. This process will help you organize your thoughts and emotions, preparing the way for a clearer understanding of the lessons and morals inherent in those experiences. By extracting the valuable teachings from your past, you can carry them forward into the future, making wiser and more informed decisions. Nurturing love through effort. Couples often overlook the importance of putting effort and planning into their relationships to maintain happiness and intimacy. Regularly communicating personal desires, needs, and expectations, while working towards mutual goals, is crucial for a successful and lasting partnership. Additionally, Allocating time for romance and physical intimacy in their daily lives ensures a strong emotional connection, even if it's scheduled like a meeting. It's a familiar scene: a couple enters a therapist's office feeling miserable and disconnected from each other. After reflecting on when they last spent quality time together, it becomes clear that incorporating a date night is long overdue. Despite the initial dates being disastrous, persistence pays off, and the couple gradually finds joy and connection in each other once more. The foundation for a thriving and intimate relationship requires effort from both partners, not just by going on dates but also by openly discussing each individual's desires, wants, and needs. Like the Scandinavian marriage ceremony, where a couple raises a candle together as a symbol of love, loyalty, and devotion, this continuous effort ensures that the high principles of marriage remain at the forefront of the relationship's daily reality. One of the most essential aspects of sustaining a romantic relationship is the ongoing work of negotiation and trust. Knowing and communicating what both partners want makes it easier to navigate the complexities of life. From chore division and career management to parenting, openly discussing these matters and reaching a common ground will minimize complications in the long run. While negotiations and agreements are vital, do not forget the importance of actual romance and intimacy in the marriage. Schedule time for intimate moments, even if it feels odd initially. It may take some getting used to, but the genuine love and connection fostered through these experiences are well worth the effort. In conclusion, nurturing a long-lasting and deep connection in a romantic relationship requires hard work, open communication, and shared effort from both partners. Honesty and trust form the basis for successful negotiations, and dedicating time for romance and physical intimacy keeps the love blossoming. Embrace the process and watch as love keeps flourishing in your relationship. Crafting your life's narrative. Since ancient times, humans have used stories to make sense of the world around us, from childhood fables to adult interpretations of events. Our interpretations shape our psyche and actions, so it's essential to choose the right narratives to live by. By understanding the fundamental archetypal characters present in every narrative, nature, culture, hero, and adversary, we can balance their influence and ultimately become the heroes of our own life stories. Think of your favorite childhood bedtime story. It's filled with drama, adventure, right and wrong, and various characters representing different aspects of the human experience. Unknowingly, our experiences are unconsciously framed as stories with protagonists, settings, dramatic arcs, conflicts, and resolutions. The narratives we tell ourselves directly impact our actions and mental well-being. It's crucial to weave the right stories into our everyday lives. Beware of narratives that make you resentful, deceitful, or arrogant, as they can lead to a negative worldview and actions that no one should endorse. Fundamental characters govern the stories we build our lives around: nature, culture, hero, and adversary. Nature represents both chaos and potential, with opposing symbolic figures like evil queens who cause destruction and fairy godmothers who bestow blessings. Meanwhile, culture balances between security and tyranny, manifested by the wise king, offering advice and protection, and the authoritarian tyrant, who aims to restrict and bound. Our position in the narrative comes from a delicate interplay between these characters and choosing how to react to them. Focusing too much on the adversity coming from evil queens or authoritarian tyrants can make us resentful. In turn, this resentfulness tempts us to act dishonestly or deceitfully to gain an upper hand, driven by the arrogance that we can defy reality and twist it to our advantage. Instead, a healthier story embraces the duality of these archetypes. Nature may be chaotic and challenging, but it also provides opportunities and luck. Tyrants may threaten society, but wise kings work to maintain order and offer guidance. By understanding the complexities of life's randomness and our responsibility to face it, we can become heroes in our own stories. Choose a narrative that empowers you to act with integrity and strive for personal growth. In this balanced approach, you'll be able to embrace the highs and lows, ultimately transforming your life into an incredible adventure where you're the hero you always wanted to be. Gratitude amidst suffering. In moments of anguish or hardship, it's natural to question why we endure suffering at all, especially when even divine figures face their own trials. As humans, suffering is a reality we cannot avoid, but we can find solace in the knowledge that life's low points exist because of the high points as well. To overcome our pain, we can either find practical ways to alleviate it, such as changing circumstances or drawing on inner strength, or accept it as part of life's challenges. Suffering can provide perspective and growth, encouraging gratitude for the positive aspects of life and inspiring the shared pursuit of happiness with others. There's a vivid scene in the Bible where Jesus, hanging on the cross in agonizing pain, cries out to God, questioning why he has been forsaken. This powerful moment raises an essential question: how can we cope with the inevitable suffering that comes with existence if even divine beings struggle with it? When faced with life's inevitable losses, misfortunes, and miserable moments, one might wonder why we should endure at all. However, it's crucial to remember that life's low points exist because of the high points. Good and bad are inextricably linked. In the face of great suffering, being grateful is the key to overcoming it. Psychologists have found that people can overcome pain in various ways, such as by changing actions, behaviors, or circumstances. Alternatively, one can transcend suffering psychologically by drawing on inner strength or looking towards a higher purpose. Palliative care workers, who confront death daily, exemplify both strategies by caring for those in need. However, some may feel overwhelmed by the seeming omnipresence of suffering, spiraling into despair or embracing antinatalist philosophies that view bringing children into a world of pain as immoral. This perspective ignores the fact that suffering necessarily implies the existence of joy, happiness, and pleasure. Every painful experience is a reminder of something positive that once existed. A broken heart reminds us of the warmth and companionship a relationship once brought. Grief for the loss of a loved one reveals the love, support, and kindness they provided. To cope with suffering, remember why it occurs and use it as a stepping stone to greater understanding and growth. Embrace gratitude for the valuable insights and perspective that adversity offers. With this perspective, you'll appreciate the good aspects of life more and be better equipped to expand on them for yourself and the people around you. By recognizing the balance of good and bad, suffering becomes a catalyst for personal growth and shared happiness.
As you reach the end of this enlightening exploration into the Beyond Order, 12 More Rules for Life, remember the importance of acknowledging and learning from past experiences, both positive and negative. Embrace the transformative power of imagination, commitment, and responsibility as you leave behind resentment and hatred, and encounter genuine grace and gratitude, even in the face of hardships. Strive to balance responsibilities with meaningful experiences, and embrace the unique beauty you encounter in life. Ultimately, create an extraordinary life by taking active steps toward learning, transforming, and crafting the future that you desire.